So, week 20, 5 months. So, week 20, I am leaving to go home next week for the 30th, for summer holidays. 30th! Because I finished my last exam this Tuesday just gone, so time to go for 30th. And I decided to go home because I wanted to see family, and you'll kind of get to understand my reasons as we go through this vlog. It's taken a couple of takes because I started the first one and I was kind of going off on a tangent a lot, and because I'm just kind of nervous. It's just, this vlog's going to be about how I felt after my first semester of my year abroad, and it's going to get deep, it's going to get personal, so if you can't take deep life girl head stuff, because as we know I'm a little bit bad at really getting to the point and getting my words out, so yeah. If you don't do mushy and you don't do deep life meaning stuff, go on another blog post, or I will probably see you next year. Ta-ta, bye, Merry Christmas. But for those of you who are still here, I'm going to give you the lowdown on how I've been feeling, because it's week 20, it's 5 months in, so I'm going to tell you exactly how I've been feeling, because it will feel good for me to get this off my chest. I feel like it would be a lot easier if I just tell you guys, because yes, I'm on a scholarship, and yes, I'm representing Southampton Uni, but at the same time, you want the truth. I know as a student, I want to know exactly how it's going to be like. You know, well, not exactly, like word for word, step by step, but I want to know what I'm supposed to expect. And hearing it from lecturers is one thing, but to hear it from students who are going through it who have been through it, I know I probably wouldn't want to know what to expect, because although I was a little bit like, oh, I'll be fine, I've lived abroad, I travel, I know what I'm doing. No, these last 5 months have been a shock to the system for me. And I say that from I like to think I'm a fairly confident person. I come across as, you know, open and extrovert, you know, like what you see is what you get. And I like to think that I'm not loud, but, you know, I have a loud-ish personality, and I'd say I've been anything but for the majority of these 5 months, just because it's all been personal, I'd like to add. None of this has anything to do with Brazil, with the people who I've been around. To everyone who I've been around, thank you so much. Muito obrigada, just for your patience, and just for putting up with me for the last 5 months, because I know I haven't exactly been the most tolerable person, but it's just because I've been going through these kind of mental, not battles, but because that actually is serious. No, it's been a bit of a mental struggle for me. It's been a personal journey in a way, my journey, as I said before in the first video, it literally has been. I've learned so much about myself, and it's kind of given me a reality check, as it were. So here we go. This is it. I'm slightly nervous, like, as I film this, only because this is all genuine. This is all genuine, like what I'm telling you now. I don't mean to offend anyone. I don't want to keep you from anything important that you're doing at this moment in time. But this is, for those of you who are interested, this is kind of how it's been for me for the last 5 months. So, my experience so far, summed up in one word, I would say it's been incredible. huge turn off. It's been incredible. Wait, Hannah, incredible? You've been saying you've been having good blogs and then you'll suddenly write a negative post. I don't take the word incredible to be just a positive thing. I say it's been incredible in terms of the fact that I've just learned so much, you know. I've had incredible experiences, I've been able to experience things that not everyday 21-year-olds can. But at the same time, it's been a huge shock to the system. I've learned that I probably won't want to live abroad, for example, permanently. I would love to, I think I'm happy to stay away from home up to like 3 months at a time anyway, back home, and I'm only like an hour and a half away from university and my home, but no, I don't think I could do long stretches of time away from England anyway, you know, close to home. I think as far as travelling goes, I am still more than happy to like go long distances. The distance does not bother me in the slightest. It never even crossed my mind until someone brought up, oh, is it the distance that bothers you? And I was like, no. 3 planes or 3 trains, it's all the same thing to me. No. I've just learned that, well, I've been doing this my whole life. Like, I've been experiencing things and things work out and others don't, and this time it hasn't, basically. And I think the fact that I came to Brazil, it's all a number of things, basically. I think I chose Brazil because I wanted to be able to be the one who did that, you know, went that bit further. And also for my CV, I was thinking my CV will look better with Brazil on it, which, yes, it will. But at the same time, I kind of didn't realise at the time that I've always had a soft spot for other areas. For example, I've always loved Spanish. I've been speaking it for 11 years now. But I was too focused on, I must do more, I must get more on my CV, I must put more in my life so that I look good for when I need to be employed. But yeah, and along the way, I just didn't really think about the fact that I'm not doing exactly what makes me happy. So, although Brazil has been absolutely incredible, it's an incredible country with so much history, so much culture, and the people are lovely and have so much to offer. But for me personally, I got my visa extended this week, but the woman asked me, do you think you're going to extend it again? And I was like, probably not. Simply because I think Brazil has been amazing for the time being, but it's not where my heart lies. And that's fine. You don't have to love every single place you go to, you don't have to love every single thing you try. It's good to try, and that's probably been my biggest lesson in coming here. So, yeah, I've tried, I've not entirely enjoyed. I'm still going to come back though, because there is still so much to be explored, still so much I would like to show you guys, but the thing is, next semester I'm going to just try it from a different angle, try it kind of my way, as it were, not in the way I feel like, I think I came here with a I should be kind of mentality, so I should be doing this and I should be doing that because that's what other people expect of me. Because I like to think that I'm one of those people who doesn't do stuff to please others, but I do. I am a bit of a people pleaser. If someone's not happy, I will try and make them happy. I will make it, like, I'm the person at the party normally who, if someone's not having a good time, I will make it my job to make sure they're having a good time, even if they're a lost cause. Yeah, so, yeah, next semester I'm coming back, and I am excited for it, but I'm going to do it from a slightly different perspective. I'm going to do it in the way that will make me happy. And it's nothing against anyone, nothing against anyone who has been here with me, putting up with me for the last 5 months, and it's nothing against Brazil. It's just, I'm going to live my life, as it were. the way I would like to live it and the way it makes me happy. Stop turning off, you naughty. So, oh gosh, I'm taking my time with this. So, yeah, that's been my experience so far. I've had quite an experience, but I haven't had, but for personal reasons, it hasn't been the biggest success. The work itself has actually been fine. For example, my job, I'm totally relaxed about, and I love my project, so I can't wait to come back and, or really over the holidays, get stuck into it. That I've got no problem with whatsoever. And even the office work, yes, I got off to a slightly rocky start because it's in Portuguese, it's in your target language, so you've got to kind of keep in mind that you've got to put more time aside, because as a foreigner, you don't, even as a linguist, as studying languages at degree level, you will still need just that bit more time to really think about your work when it's in another language, because it's another language. So, yeah. But after that, the work was fine. I wrote a 4,000 word essay for a literature class, and yeah, I was absolutely fine with it. The teacher said I'd done well. So, no, absolutely fine there. The work has nothing to do with it. And even like the people here, they've been absolutely lovely. They've been so welcoming, like, even down to people in the shop. There was a guy back in like week 4 who I bought some postcards from. I bought, I think, 6 postcards. He gave me a couple of extra for free just because I said I was a foreign exchange student and he wants to like welcome me to Florida. I mean, you just don't tend to get that every day. And like, for example, when I got my visa extended the other day, I got a taxi to the police, Policia Federal, because it was just too long a journey to walk. It's like an hour away from where I live. So I got a taxi, and the guy, bless him, he not only waited for 5 minutes while I debated in my mind whether to go in at that time or go straight to the centre to get some stuff photocopied, he then also gave me his personal mobile number, so that I could call him up next Saturday to get a taxi to the airport with him especially. So you just don't get that every day in England. I mean, I'd never experienced it. So things like that are just amazing, and people here are genuinely lovely. As a first semester in a country, that has a completely different culture to what I'm used to, and yeah, moving abroad by myself for the first time as well. It's been pretty good, to be fair. I've had ups and downs, but I've been safe pretty much the whole time. Like, my Portuguese has improved a lot. Yeah, like, I've had so many experiences. I mean, I've been getting into surfing, for example, which I'll show you guys next year. Yeah, as a first semester, it's been pretty good. I think, though, that I'm going to add, if you do choose Brazil, then good on you. Like, if you choose South America in general, very good on you, well done. But you've got to be prepared for the fact that you will have a major cultural shock at some point. I think if you've lived abroad before, or like if you're an international student going abroad, you're absolutely fine. Like, well, not absolutely fine, but you might find the transition a little bit easier. But I think you've got to prepare yourself. I mean, I know I got too cocky with the whole thing, so I had a very big shock to the system when I got here, and as the weeks went on, it didn't get that much better at the time. But I am coming back, and like I said, I wanted to make this... Stop turning off, you stupid computer. I wanted to make this genuine. Like, I don't like the idea that... I don't want you guys to think that I'm putting on a front, because I know I did for a while. I think I was trying to make it look like I was having a brilliant time and having the most wonderful time, just so that I could just because I didn't want people to think that I was weak or something. Like, oh, she can't handle her year abroad, like, she's just obviously not, like, she's weak. Which is totally stupid. It's very bad mentality to get into. I think because normally I'm one of the people who people go to, I felt like I had some kind of duty or like responsibility to be strong, as it were. So I know I kind of put on the front a bit that I was having an amazing time. And yes, in those moments, in those photos, I was having a brilliant time, but underneath, I know I was kind of pretending for a little bit. And I know so from now, I've kind of decided that, well, you're gonna get the genuine, like me, next semester. And I'm going to make next semester, I think, more about me and what I've been doing, as opposed to making it an informative blog. Because, yeah, blogs are supposed to be personal at the end of the day. So, I'm going to make it personal for you guys. Yeah, I'm just seeing myself. Oh, I'm feeling a little bit cringe about this already. Just, oh, you guys don't want to hear that I've been having a bad time. But I'm all okay. You know, I've had people I can go talk to, and I can just see some people being like, oh, why didn't you talk to us? But again, at the same time, I feel like you can't. There are only so many people you can go to. For example, I don't know, I'm not going to mention it, but I don't feel like I could go to most of my friends, because we're leading totally different lives, we're leading different experiences. Or, for example, I've been through the experience and had the crash, while some people haven't even begun their year abroads. So it's nothing, and that's not me blaming you guys again, but it's difficult, because what do you say to someone who is billions of miles away, you know what I mean, you know, who's on the other side of the ocean, in a totally different continent and a different hemisphere? What do you say to them when they're having a rough time, and you have no experience to back you up on, you know, so you can't really give the advice you'd like to, or you can't really tell them anything but it will get better, because you can't always guarantee that. And it's all down to a personal state of mind, I know. So yeah, it's not that I've been lying, it's not that I've been putting on a front. I think, well, I have been putting on a front, I suppose, but it's just that I don't like to make my problems other people's problems as well. Like, unless I want to, and it'll be over something that can be managed, you know. So I don't quite know. I've definitely gone off a tangent. I can't remember what I was saying before now. No, in terms of first semester, it's been alright. It's been difficult, but it could have been worse, okay? So, I've done fine with my work, I've done fine overall. It's not like I've, you know, not refused to experience anything and refused to speak the language. It's just been a shock. And I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea, really. A year abroad is difficult. I mean, you're moving abroad to somewhere totally different and out of your comfort zone. It's not going to be easy. I'm sorry. I mean, we all have this painted perfect image of how a year abroad should, or we want it to be, but you have to be prepared for the fact that it is draining. I mean, I miss my family and my friends like crazy. Like, I just feel the emotion like building up. I miss you guys like crazy. So that's another thing. The reason I'm going home for Christmas is because there's just not enough going on in Brazil for me. I could go travelling, but I don't feel in my heart that I want to go and see more of Brazil during my summer holiday. I'd rather go back home. I'm actually going to Mexico in January to visit one of my friends. I feel more excited about doing that than I do about staying in Brazil or South America and, you know, seeing more of that. Because I've been to Peru, and I just don't feel the pull towards travelling around more at the moment. And that's another thing. I think it's important for people to know that you don't, just because you're in South America doesn't mean that you have to go and see it all. You know, there's not an expectation for you to go around and see it. If you don't want to go around and see it, you don't have to go and see it. Your likes may lie somewhere else. You might, just because you're there doesn't mean you must see it all, you know. You can come back in like 5 years, you can come back next year with like some friends or like from uni or from home, I don't know. You can come back and see people who you've lived with or you've made friends with here. That you don't have to see it all right now. So don't leave it too late if you do want to see it. But for example with me, I'm going home because I feel like it would just be really good for me. I feel emotionally drained, and I just want to be surrounded by things that do properly inspire me again. And I want to see friends and stuff. So yeah, I'm going home next Saturday. That's a week. In a week's time, I'm going to be back home. Which you think, oh my gosh, like really? But no, I couldn't be happier about it. So please don't stop watching my vlog. I'm going to make this exciting. I've actually planned some stuff that I'd like to do. But in the meantime, I think that's going to kind of be it. I think I'll put one more video up next week. And you may see little bits and pieces over the next 2.5 months. It seems to have been a little bit of a negative video, and I really didn't want it to be. But I wanted to tell you guys the truth, because that's the kind of person I am. If something's not right, I'm the really annoying person who will tell you that there is a bit of a problem. You know, I'm honest. Sorry. It's a curse and a blessing at the same time. If something doesn't look good on someone, if something doesn't taste right, I'll be that really obnoxious person who says so. So no, Brazil, thank you so much. But I am going home because I need the break, and yeah, just to kind of rethink things. Seems so dramatic. But no, if you have any questions or if you want to find out more, please do let me know. Please do ask me questions, because I am still more than happy to help. As like I said, there is still so much more that I would like to show you guys. It's just going to be in a slightly different way. It's going to be me telling you about my experience. It's hard to explain. I'm going to be doing it from my point of view, rather than doing it from an informative, try and keep it neutral view. It's because that's what you want. That's what I find students want at the end of the day. You guys want a genuine thing. So, well, genuine. You want the experience. You don't want what companies and uni, and not to kind of put them in the same boat, but you want the authentic, truth from people who have done things. So that's what you have to look forward to in semester 2. Yeah, from now on, it will be bits and pieces until about March 2014. So, from those of you who have been following me from the start, thank you so much. To everyone else on the Idea Abroad, I hope you're having a wonderful time, and I miss you guys like crazy. But to those of you who are in England, I will see you guys in a week. Yay! And have a wonderful Christmas, have a wonderful New Year. Yeah, bom dia!